Hi everyone, it's Rev Natalie. Today I want to talk to you about the word home. Say it with me, will you? Let's say together, let's say home. When you hear that word said aloud, or when perhaps you say it yourself, or in the silence of your heart you say it, the word home, what do you think of? What comes to mind for you? Is it the home that you currently live in? Is it the home that perhaps you grew up in? Maybe you traveled around a lot growing up, and you had a multitude of homes. And when you hear that word said, you think of each and every one of them, or perhaps you only think of a few, or just of one. When you hear that word home, what do you think of? What do you think of, and what sort of emotions come alive within your heart, and indeed also within your mind? In the Holy Gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ, according to John, in chapter 14, our Lord Jesus Christ says, "Let not your heart be troubled. Let not your heart be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. In my Father's house there are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and will receive you unto myself, that where I am, you may be also." Jesus said, "In my Father's house, in my Father's house, there are many rooms." What do we think of when we hear that word home, or that word house? What comes to mind for us? What emotions are stirred within our beings? Are we at home with the Lord? Let us ask ourselves those questions today. You know, I shared with you some time ago, at least on a couple of occasions, the little story or the invitation to think about a variety of homes, a beautiful castle and a beautiful quaint little cabin in the woods, and then a lovely home sitting on the shores perhaps of a beach, and described each of those homes for you, and then asked who dwells in those homes. And of course at the end we were able to determine together that it didn't matter which home that we chose, because as long as we were connected to the truths and believed in our Lord Jesus Christ and tried our very best within our lives to follow in his holy footsteps, that Jesus would dwell within us, that Jesus would dwell within our beings, no matter which home or which house it was that we chose or lived in, that Jesus would dwell within us, within our home, within our beings. What do you think of when you think of the word home or house? What comes to mind for you? I pray today that we may all open up our hearts to our Lord Jesus Christ, inviting Jesus to dwell within us, to live within us, and to guide us in our every step, and in our every breath, and in our every action. God's blessing be upon you. Love and so much peace is given unto you. God be with you all. Bye for now.